Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I'm here today to give you a Bitcoin update because Bitcoin has absolutely exploded since yesterday. Amazing stuff. We're going to be going through Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame, the mid-term time frame, and of course touching on the long-term time frame. Not going to be a hugely long video today, guys. It's going to be around 5 to 7 minutes, hopefully, if we can get the timing right. I don't want to keep you guys too long here. Before we get into the Bitcoin update, guys, if you're interested in learning a new trading strategy for absolutely free, there is a link to a free trading webinar in the description if you guys want to join that. Completely free. You can learn a strategy where you can scalp pretty much 1% on the charts pretty successfully as well every few days. But without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the Bitcoin chart, starting off here on the short-term time frame. In the last video that I made, we were talking about this volume-weighted ATR band, this 4-hour volume-weighted average true range, and the support and the resistance that we get off this bad boy. You can see here, that's this lovely big green line coming through, and you can see the resistance that we get off that is very, very heavy, okay? It's very, very heavy, and the support, it tends to usually be there. Let me see if I can find you guys a little example quickly, just going back in history. You can see, it shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, you can see here, we actually do get a very nice bit of support off the volume-weighted average true range. So that's sort of what we were looking for in the last video there. But unfortunately, we were just sort of trending down it for quite a while over the course of a day or so. And we didn't quite get the pump that we were looking for off the support. But with that being said, Greyscale won the lawsuit against the SEC, and then we exploded. We absolutely exploded after reclaiming the 4-hour volume-weighted ATR band, which was great as well. In terms of a price movement, it was around 8.5% to the upside. Now, the big question that you're probably asking, and everyone is asking, where's Bitcoin going now? What's going to happen? Are we going to have continuation to the upside? Are we going to get right back up to this 29,000 sort of area? Let me give you a little insight into what I'm thinking, okay? Right now, what have we seen? We've seen us top out at around this area of resistance at around 28,144. Pretty good stuff, okay? Because if we'd have kept going, we'd have crashed down even harder. Now, I'm pretty confident right now that it's looking pretty good. The reasoning for this is, guys, is because we actually made a level of support at 27,267, and we tested that level of support again at 27,200, and we kind of held it, right? We kind of held it. This is technically, in terms of chart patterns, it is a bullish pennant chart pattern. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a descending triangle at the top of a pump, right? But actually, it is a bullish pennant chart pattern, because if you look at where these candles actually got to, this one is the wick on this one is actually lower than this one here. So it actually creates an upward sloping resistance line and an upward sloping resistance line with a downward sloping, an upward sloping support line, and then a downward sloping resistance line at the top of a pump is called a bullish pennant chart pattern. Get your words out. And that usually means continuation to the upside. It's a continuation pattern, guys. So ideally, if we're going to be following this pattern, we should see a potential move to the upside of something along the lines of this, okay? We're going to be taking a measure move like so, and we're going to be moving it. And that will bring us back up to this area that we were testing yesterday, around that 28,100. It's absolutely fine if we get up there. I'm really not too bothered. As long as we don't just absolutely tank it down from here, right? I will be pretty disappointed if we lost 27,200 and then we start looking at these other levels, 26,800, 26,500. Those are levels I don't really want to go to right now. I would like to see some continuation. And I feel like if we were going to dump like all the way back down to where we were, and this was just a big pump because of the lawsuit, and then we were just going to retrace continuously, then I think that probably would have happened by now. We wouldn't have had this sort of consolidation period that we are having here for Bitcoin. So it is looking fairly positive if you are looking at the short term here. One negative thing that I would say, one bearish thing that I would say here for Bitcoin is we haven't actually held the volume-weighted ATR bands here on the 30-minute or the hourly. So in terms of a first checkpoint that we could be looking for, if we are going to be looking for this measure move for this bullish pennant chart pattern to the upside, which is worth around 3.29%, then I want to see us clear these levels. I want to see us clear these volume-weighted ATR bands at around 27,500, use these areas as support, and then start a micro uptrend from there. That's sort of the ideal safe scenario that we could be looking for here for Bitcoin if we are going to continue riding this bullish momentum that we are seeing right now. In terms of volume, guys, volume is pretty flaccid. As you can see, we're not seeing that much happening with the charts right now. Now, if we do see a pump to the upside, and we get to this 28,100 level, one thing that I do want you guys to be aware of as well is when we exploded yesterday, you can see here on the RSI, we cleared levels. Unlike ever before. No, we have cleared these levels before, but it was around 90, guys. We got to around 90% sort of area for the RSI, which is extremely overbought, right? And that's why we're seeing a bit of a sell-off and consolidation right now, bringing us right back down to that middle area of 50. But the reason why I'm saying this is because if we see another pump to the upside, guys, and the momentum is still small, if the momentum is smaller than what we saw for the pump, the volume yesterday, then unfortunately we're probably going to see a bearish divergence come through, guys. And that's essentially where we don't clear the previous high on the RSI, okay? We don't clear the previous high on the RSI, but we do clear it on the chart. So if we see a nice gentle pump like this, and we get to a price around 28,000, 28,200, that sort of area, we're likely to see a bearish divergence come through, and that is when these guys are oppositely facing like that, right? When you get a top on the chart and you get a bottom on the RSI. So if that happens, guys, please be aware we're likely to see retracement, and we're likely to be coming back down to this 27,500 sort of area. That's pretty much the short term covered. The blue box zone that I would be looking for resistance right now is, it's pretty obvious. We have used this before in recent, well, the most recent humongous dump for Bitcoin. We used it as a bounce point for support, 27,640. Unfortunately, we are below that, okay? We are currently below that, trading around 27,400. So if we do get above 27,600, I want to be using this blue box zone as a level of support and hopefully holding the line there. That would be very, very good. Let's move on to the midterm time frame here for Bitcoin and see what we can see. You can see the last time that we were talking about this upwards sloping support line from this insane dump to the downside like so, you can see the levels of support that we were looking at. We were speaking about this a few days ago in the video, and I wanted to bring it up today because we're actually gradually coming down to that level, and that is colliding pretty strongly with, I think it's the 7 SMA. Yeah, the 7 SMA moving average coming up there. When these two hit together, if we dump down to this area, we're likely to see a bounce, guys. So this is an area that I want you guys to be aware of, and that's sat around 27,100-ish, guys. Okay, so make sure you're keeping your eyes peeled for 27,100, because the last time that we've seen moves off this area, we've seen, well, obviously a huge pump to the upside from this area before, another pump, so momentum's gradually slowing down, and then here you can see gradually we broke that, okay? But now we're coming, we broke it to the upside again, we broke that resistance that we were potentially gonna see, and now we're gonna test that level of support. So ideally, we should see, it might not be huge, okay? It might not be huge, but it could be around 1% move. Could be around a 1% move. So with the moving averages consolidating and coming to the upside on our side there could be like a 1-to-1 position, stop loss at 1%, take profit at 1% that you could be looking out for there. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. You know the score. This is just educational purposes only. So that's sort of something that I would be looking for as well. In terms of 200 EMA, 200 SMA, moving averages coming down, rejecting pretty strongly off them on the 4-hour. So that's definitely a point to be looking out for there. If we can get above that, amazing. There's going to be support. But right now, it's looking pretty bleak, okay? And you can see the resistance that we have had off these bad boys multiple times. So yeah, ideally I would like to get above them. Now, with these moving averages moving closer together, you know what happens when they move closer together, guys? It signifies the end of a trend, okay? It signifies the end of a trend. So the closer these, the 55, the 21, the 7, the 200, and the 200 come together around in this sort of area, this sort of signifies the end of this downtrend, okay? So the closer that we get here, the more consolidating that we do, it's going to be better for us in the chances of flipping to a nice uptrend. But that's all I'm going to say about the midterm for now. Moving on to the longer term time frame, guys. As I said, I didn't want to keep you guys too long, but it is getting to 9 minutes already. So yeah, let's just smash through this. We were talking about this trend line from the all-time high for Bitcoin at around 69,000 there. You can see we have tested that multiple times coming down here. We were looking for that support, colliding with this lovely gray red box zone for support that we did see the momentum being very strong from this $25,000 area. And what do you know? We came down, we tested it, 25.3, 25.4, that area, and then we've absolutely exploded to the upside. What are we looking for here on the longer term time frame, the macro right now? we are looking for not to invalidate this higher low. If we break down below 24.8, if we break down below that, then Lord help us, we're going to be down at around 0.236 on the Fibonacci retracement. We don't want to be getting down to that level, and that's going to be set around 22,000, 21,000, around 22,000 if we are going to be looking for support on that area. But we don't want to lose this. That's why this box is in red. This is a dirty, bearish box. We don't want to lose this. We want to use it as support, like we just have. Okay, now that's bearish stuff covered. Let's move to the bullish. Hopefully we can hold the line here, not there, we can hold the line here and actually see some more momentum to the upside. If we're going to see some more momentum to the upside, we're going to be looking at playing the range, guys. Playing the range is going to be this area right here to this area right here, okay? And the range that we're talking about is going to be a range between 25,300 and up to around 31,000, okay? So if we're going to be playing this range like so, like we have been doing, support on the lower side, resistance on the top side, the next area for resistance is going to be just around up here, around 31,000, guys. This is the next breakout point for Bitcoin here on the macro if we are going to be looking for a lovely big long position. In terms of, can I show you guys that? Yeah, in terms of a measure move, right? I want to make this more visually appealing for you guys right now because I know it's pretty, it's pretty. There's a lot of noise on the chart. That's what I'm saying, right? It's a lot of noise on the chart. So let me just delete a few things quickly. You can see. This is the range that we're playing with. The resistance on the top side, the support on the lower side. If we are going to be doing a measure move like so, if we are going to be looking for a lovely long position, this is what I would be looking for. It's going to be a very clean, very nice long from 31,000 all the way up to around 38,000. This is going to be a very strong position if we are going to be getting into this, around 22% in terms of a move there, and there's going to be take profits along the way. There's going to be very clean TPs along the way. And I can map out a few of them for you, just like so. Easy game. You can see these are the levels. We want to be taking profit all the way up, guys, because if we do see some dirty resistance pulling us down, we would have already taken profit and taken our stop loss, moving our stop loss to our entry point, and then it's a risk-free position. That's how we do it. That's how we make money here. You know why we're here. We're here to make money. Cold, hard cash, baby. That's going to be it from me, guys. Do appreciate you guys stopping by. I will be producing videos every 2 days now. Every 2 days, you're going to get a slap bang BTC update, amazing stuff. And again, guys, if you did want to learn a free trading strategy, there is a link to a free webinar, free crypto webinar in the description of this video. So make sure you go sign up to that. And that is at newmoneynetwork.net. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. But for now, it's going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester.